I do not use an easel when I paint. They don't withstand my stroke, especially the cheap ones, like the kind you got. They tend to be wobbly. They're also mounted with, I don't know what you call them in English, but in French they're butterfly nuts, the kind you twist, and they can be unmounted into a little packet of sticks that fit in a bag and can be carried around by bus. You asked your coworker for a lift to my place, and from what I understand of your recollection of events, the cakes you offered me on my birthday were cooked by the chef at the restaurant and not by you, really. So I'm not denying the intention was really sweet. It was nice of you, brownies, and you said another type of cake. That could be cut through with a butter knife. Anything really, but a chef's knife used to cut through, little baby carrots. The incident with the knife, in and of itself, is not the sole reason why I grew increasingly worried about you, Jonathan. The dog poop, the nosebleed, that time when you took my kid from the park down to the bus station, thinking it would be the best idea to bring him through town back to your parents' place instead of my home, where you could have waited for me in the yard, instead of having me run around frantically looking for you guys. My mistake. I thought you were mature enough to look over my son in the park, but I wasn't aware then that you had left a homeless man to care for all the items, precious items, you had hid along for the treasure hunt. I tried to dissuade you from buying cars, told you you would better seek advice in your shopping. That's before I knew the cars were intended for me, because you had just gotten your driver's license and I thought it was for you to go to work but then you told me you wanted to give me a car. Give it. And be honest, I did not accept. I was not enthusiastic. I scolded you like a mother would. Told you it was a stupid idea. Tried to explain all the reasons why. But you pig-headed went ahead and bought a second and a third. Until I finally said I'd take things into my own hands and dealt with the car in the way I saw fit. You call that charity? Yes, after Frank had emptied out my pantry and fridge and trashed my apartment, I had forgotten, but yes, you did fork out hundreds of dollars to have me restock. And you said yourself I cooked a meal for you. And I thanked you. And I will again thank you for the food. The water cooler, after I refused the cash you were trying to give me, you turned around and went and bought a water cooler. It wasn't about me not being able to load the tank, because I used to do it at work. I was the one who went downstairs, got the jug, brought it up, and loaded it on. The trouble was forgetting about the recurring fees to fill them up, was I had to walk 2 kilometers over to the grocery store who carried them to have it filled up and bring it back to my place with a toddler in tow, a young child. And remember, back then I didn't have a car, so all of that on foot. A little cumbersome, impractical. The pillow, the blinds, the unsolicited advice, patronizing, judging, shaming. Was I going to rely on the spirit of Gabriel to protect me from your intention of rape? Was I going to be that faithful in God that he would prevent you from failing to your promise? See, when I said I had enough of you being a liability around mine and other people's children, and I wasn't going to wait and pray for divine help when my kid be choking. And what if he was in your care when that happened? Would you have stood there, watched him dying, all in fate? That's sick. It's a sequence of events, incidents, excluding all the babble about the Bible, all the justifications through scriptures and visions. Gotta go.